My colleagues and I have just done a tour of the iconic Jolly Beach Hotel, and it is significantly improved compared to 2.5 years when we visited the facility, in which it was looking somewhat derelict. The Rob Barrett group of companies would have invested about $5 million to refurbish the facility, and so far they have been repaid about $3 million from the profits that have been generated during the last 2.5 years. So the debt is now down to about $2 million. We're now in discussions with them to advance perhaps maybe a further $4 or $5 million to address some additional issues and to bring more rooms into circulation. In fact, there's a whole block comprising 30 rooms that is currently out of commission, and we hope to make sure that those rooms become available for the next season. And part of the aspiration as well is to build out a new conference facility, hopefully to be completed by the second half of next year. And as we continue to build out this beautiful hotel, we'll also build additional rooms. There's at least 6 or 7 acres of greenfield space in which we'll be building out some luxury rooms to increase the average yield, room yield, and obviously the profits that are generated by this hotel. As you know, next week we go to Parliament to discuss vesting this hotel property in the Social Security scheme in order to reduce some government delinquent bonds that have been outstanding for many years, for over a decade. And I think that this is a great opportunity to strengthen the balance sheet of Social Security, while at the same time having Jolly Beach as a national asset that will continue to generate profits, and profits that will be retained within our economy to continue to build out the facility, while at the same time providing opportunities for many stakeholders, including the employees, vendors, and different suppliers of goods and services to the resort. So again, we are very happy with the progress that we have made so far during the last 2.5 years, and the prospects for Jolly Beach becoming a major profitable entity. The prospects are very good, and we continue to work towards ensuring that this iconic asset becomes a significant contributor, or even more significant contributor, to the development of our country and its people.
What are the immediate next steps, sir, after the parliamentary debate?
Well, even before the parliamentary debate, we will be meeting with the principals of Elite Island Resorts, and they will give us an estimate as to what the requirements are for additional funding to expand the room count going into the next season. And then I believe subsequently we will have a further meeting to build out the new section. We're hoping we can get between 150 to 200 additional rooms. And we believe too that we can build out those rooms utilizing the CIP. So the government will provide the seed capital to start the project. And we expect to be able to build out those additional 150, 200 rooms probably within the next 18 months to 2 years. So initially, we will meet to discuss the short-term requirements for the next season, and then subsequently we'll meet to discuss the medium to long-term inputs to ensure that we increase the room count, probably to get up to about 550 rooms at additional facilities, and to ensure that this iconic hotel continue to make a significant contribution towards the socio-economic development of our country.
Obviously, it's the profitability of the venture for Social Security to invest.
Well, already the hotel is generating a profit. Within the last 2 years, it have generated an average profit of about between 1.5 to $2 million. So it will be a far better return than the delinquent bonds that they currently have in their books. And when you look at the opportunity to sell the rooms on the CIP, we can back out the capital. It is estimated to be valued about 67 million EC. We think that by selling under the CIP, we can get a net return of about $200 million for the existing rooms. So that in itself will help to boost Social Security's income and to place Social Security on the path of sustainability. And then again, when we build out the new section as well, there's an opportunity for significant profits. And what will happen as well is that, generally speaking, those entities that buy rooms under the CIP, they will only have use of the let's say the apartments or the rooms for maybe about 2 weeks a year, and they will remain part of the rental pool. So as the hotel continues to make profits, those profits will go into the coffers of Social Security to help to strengthen its balance sheet, and at the same time to secure future pensions.
Minister of Tourism, your impression?
Yes, well, I would tell you that this is easily the best beach on the island. And we have had no less than 3-4 potential investors come in to acquire this property. And what it is that they know that we can't know. So I think the cabinet is of the opinion and united in the fact that this has to remain, as the Prime Minister said, ours. In addition to that, presently, the hotel employs somewhere in the region of 200 persons. All of those persons, apart from the spend effect, all of those persons are contributing to Social Security, medical benefits, and education levy. And of course, as you build out the hotel further, there are going to be more persons employed here. So again, I think it's an opportunity that we need to safeguard. And at the same time, I can tell you when we came in 2022, when we were looking to acquire the property, it was, Prime Minister says derelict. I think it was worse than that. I remember the pool was awful at the time. There was, I think, a couple of ducks swimming in it. It was just awful. The bush was all over. The place was totally run down. So the money that has been invested, the returns you're seeing now, I believe, is just the tip of the iceberg. I'm also confident from what we've seen in terms of the growth of tourism that this will be coming in at the right time to really benefit going forward.
So Mulwin, your area, former tourism minister, your impressions?
Well, I'm really delighted to make this tour and see the potential for Jolly Beach. The point is, that this kind of investment is proven over the years to provide the highest return. And what we're talking about is investing so that Social Security can improve their reserves rather than just in bonds where you're getting 2-3%, is to invest this asset into the most profitable, industry in Antigua and Barbuda. And Elite Resort has a track record of not only investing but continue to expand their assets in Antigua and Barbuda. So the risk is very low, as a matter of fact. And I think my colleague made a point that it goes beyond profits of the enterprise. You expand your economy. That's the way you solve your issues in a country. You have to expand the economy. And what we're talking about is expansion of the economy of Antigua and Barbuda, where you're getting revenue from MBS, for medical benefits. You get revenue from, in order to put more into Social Security, ABST, all that is part of it. And so I don't see why we shouldn't go in this direction. I want to commend the Prime Minister for being so insightful. And we cannot forget, over the last few years, every major decision that this government has made has turned out to be the right decision. That, too, means a lot. And I want to commend my colleagues on the cabinet table. I mean, I've been around longer than everybody here, so I have an eye for when the right decisions are made. And we have a Minister of Tourism has broken a lot of records coming off of COVID. You broke all the records of visitation in Antigua and Barbuda. And I believe he'll continue attracting more investment as well as attracting more visitors in the country.
Minister Smith, as a businessman yourself, is the cabinet on to something here?
Certainly. I'm very delighted. I was able to make this tour with my colleagues. And I must say, the tourism sector, and in particular, the hotel sector, is one of the most lucrative business venture you can get into. And I think, it's worth commending the Prime Minister and the Cabinet for the vision of placing such an asset into Social Security, which will go a long way towards safeguarding the people's pension in the long-term future.
Minister Matthew, real estate is your business outside of government. Prime asset, what are the prospects?
Absolutely, it's a prime asset. But I think more than that, it's a prime asset that will remain a part of the ownership of Antiguans and Barbudans. And when we think about our pensioners for whom Social Security provides these benefits, Social Security becoming the owner it effectively is saying that the people of Antigua and Barbuda, the pensioners of Antigua and Barbuda, are owning an asset that will provide benefits to them going forward. And so I don't think that there's any sensible, reasonable, or logical argument that can be made against Social Security acquiring this property that is already operational, that is already turning a profit, and which is easily one of the best properties in Antigua and Barbuda and perhaps across the region. But separate and apart from the benefits that will come to the pensioners, who will effectively be the owners of this project, you look at the sort of things that we can derive. ABIS, Hospitality Training Institute, we have a consolidation of our institutions that can benefit from this property, training programs, internships that can provide opportunities for our young Antiguans and Barbudans and the young at heart that they may not be otherwise able to get in the commercially driven, privately owned facilities like this. And so when you look at the gamut of benefits that we are likely to get from this acquisition, from this development, and from this investment into our Social Security, it straddles across many sectors of the society. And so I'm quite pleased to be a part of this. You know, it's a fantastic time to be alive here in Antigua and Barbuda. And I believe all of Antigua and Barbuda will see the benefits of initiatives like this.
Yeah, Prime Minister, the last word is yours. There are a few detractors to this venture. What would be your key takeaway that Antiguans and Barbudans must keep in mind where this project is concerned?
Yeah, well, in terms of delivering for the people of Antigua and Barbuda, we have done so consistently. We have demonstrated the competence to deliver. There are others who obviously lack the experience, who are mired in ignorance, who will continue to second guess us. I guess that is par for the course. But the people of Antigua and Barbuda would have expressed their full confidence in us for the last 11 years, and they can continue to do so, knowing that we are making optimal decisions to bring as much value as possible to the country's economy in order to uplift the living standards of all Antiguans and Barbudans. In this particular case, we are trying to place Social Security on the path of sustainability to avert any additional increases in premiums or increase in the pension age. We believe that by virtue of the investment that we have planned for Social Security, that the program will be sustained at least another 20-30 years without looking at any parametric changes. So what we're doing here is to secure present and future pensions, and again, no one can question the competence of my administration to deliver. We have a track record of delivering, and all I'm saying to the people of Antigua and Barbuda, continue to trust in the Antigua and Barbuda Labour Party and the Gaston Brown administration. Thank you.